us on this effort. His signature on this new law is not where our work ends on this issue. Now we look to the Federal Trade Commission and the private sector to do their part. Today, through the Take It Down Act, we affirm that the well-being of our children is central to our future, of our families and America. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the President. Thank you.
Want to sit down?
Yeah.
Send the gentleman. Nobody knew that. Great job. That was a great job. Well, I want to thank everybody. We just spent 2.5 hours talking to Vladimir Putin, and I think some progress has been made. It's a terrible situation going on over there. 5,000 young people every single week are being killed. So hopefully we did something. We also spoke to the heads of most of the European nations, and we're trying to get that whole thing wrapped up. What a shame that it ever started in the first place. But I want to thank Melania for your leadership in this very important issue. It's an amazing issue. America is blessed to have such a dedicated and compassionate First Lady. I would tell you she is very dedicated. In fact, if you look at just what I heard, Putin just said they respect your wife a lot. I said, what about me? No, they like Melania better. That wasn't good. I don't know if that was good. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I also want to congratulate the First Lady in securing $25 million in the first fiscal year, 2026, budget to provide housing and support for youth transitioning out of the foster care. And I can say that she loves children, and you really worked very hard on this, and you had a lot of help from some friends of mine right here, and a lot of the senators are here and congressmen, and I appreciate you all being here. We're also grateful to be joined by people that are just in love with what we're doing. It's such an important situation, and commissioners of the Federal Trade Commission and the CEO of X, Linda Yaccarino. Where are you, Linda? Where are you, Linda? Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Stand up. Thank you, Linda. Great job. You're doing a great job. It's a big deal, right? That's great. Today, it's my honor to officially sign the Take It Down Act into law. It's a big thing, very important, so horrible what takes place. This will be the first ever federal law to combat the distribution of explicit, imaginary, posted without subjects' consent. They take horrible pictures, and I guess sometimes even make up the pictures, and they post it without consent or anything else. And very importantly, this includes for forgeries generated by artificial intelligence known as deepfakes. We've all heard about deepfakes. I have them all the time, but nobody does anything. I asked Pam, can you help me, Pam? She says, no, I'm too busy doing other things. Don't worry, you'll survive. But a lot of people don't survive. That's true, and so horrible. With the rise of AI image generation, countless women have been harassed with deepfakes and other explicit images distributed against their will. This is the wrong, and it's just so horribly wrong. And it's a very abusive situation, like in some cases people have never seen before. And today we're making it totally illegal. Thank you. Upon hearing the stories of so many women affected, our First Lady made stopping these abuses a top priority, and she was given tremendous support because she'd go up to people and talk about it. They say, yeah, we know about it. We have the problem. Can we do something? And she did something about it with the help of a lot of the people, especially the political people sitting here today. Among Melania's guests in the gallery during my address to the joint session of Congress was a 15-year-old young person, Elliston Berry, whose image was turned into an illicit deepfake by a peer. Elliston, where are you? Are you around? Stand up, darling. That's fine. Beautiful. It's great. Thank you. It's fantastic. Elliston quickly became a powerful advocate committed to preventing other girls from suffering the same abuse. Elliston, we salute you and we thank you very much, and it's an honor to have you with us today. Great job you've done. Also with us are several other brave Americans whose lives were rocked by online harassment, including Francesca Manny, as well as a South Carolina State Representative, Brandon Guffey, and his family, who have lost their son to suicide after he was targeted in an internet extortion scam, of which you have a lot of them, a lot. I want to thank you both for your incredible work and to reach this important day. Could you stand up, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Great job. I've read about it. Thank you very much. It's a real honor to have you here, because there's no place like the White House, I found out. You know, you have a lot of places, and I just left some of the richest places, and we loved them, and they gave us a nice contribution of about $5 trillion, but this is a special place. Even they talk about it, so it's great to have everybody here. Under the law, I will sign in just a moment. Anyone who intentionally distributes explicit images without the subject's consent will face up to 3 years in prison. In addition, this law establishes new civil liabilities for online platforms that refuse to take these images down promptly upon request. We will not tolerate online sexual exploitation, and especially it's gone on at levels that nobody's ever seen before. It's getting worse and worse, and I think this is going to hopefully stop it. And not easy to do. People talked about all sorts of First Amendment, Second Amendment. They talked about any amendment they could make up. And we got it through because of some very brave people, including some very brave politicians in the audience. I want to thank the bill's sponsor, Senator Ted Cruz. Ted, stand up, please. Great. Great. Thank you, Ted. It's great. Very effective person. And Congresswoman Maria Salazar, friend of mine. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much for their amazing work, and thanks also to the 99 senators and 408 members of Congress who voted in favor of the bill. Wow, I wish we could get that vote. Some other things. We have another bill coming up. Do you think we'll get that vote? Maybe not. We should, but we probably won't. But working with our First Lady, we've shown that bipartisanship is still possible. That's true. With 99 senators, that's incredible. Senators, stand up. Look at that. John, you're here. Look at all of the senators. This is big stuff. I'm in trouble because I don't have your names. They didn't give me these names. We have so many. We have half of the Senate here. Now they're all going to hate me because I can't introduce you. We don't have the time for that. I have to get back to Putin and people. But thank you very much for being here, all of you, and congressmen, a lot of them, and women. Working with our First Lady, though, we've shown that bipartisanship is possible. I mean, it's the first time I've seen such a level of bipartisanship, and it's a beautiful thing to do. I'm not even sure you realize, honey, you know, a lot of the Democrats and Republicans don't get along so well. You've made them get along, and she didn't even know about that. She didn't know we had a problem. She didn't know we had a problem. But I want to thank you, honey. You've done amazing that this was done when you started. And I said, I don't know, it sounds like a tough one and yet a very important one. And you got it done. So I congratulate you. And I congratulate Ted, Maria, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. And we'll sign the bill. Thank you. Around a long time, huh? Come on around. That's beautiful. Come on around. Hey, look at that.
Thank you.
I told you we were getting the bill. Thank you. You did it.
Yeah.
Got him our got it. Thank you.
Thanks for your leadership made this happen. So thank you.
Mr. President. It's so great.
I know. Thanks, Maria.
Of course, my pleasure.
That's fantastic. Okay, you ready? Okay, honey, you signing something? You want to sign it anyway? Come on, sign it anyway. She deserves to sign it. Okay, there we have it.
There we are.
That's a big one. Thank you very much, everyone. And you have some pens here. You most importantly, right?
Oh, my gosh, here you go.
Oh, look at these white pens. I've never seen that before. I want one of them. I've never seen them. Here, Pamela, take that. Take that. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Just
you.
grab
Thank
it.
you so much. Signing it.
Okay.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You go ahead.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mr. President, let me introduce you to Brandon, who lost his son, Gavin.
Let me get up.
Yes.
State legislator in South Carolina, has been incredibly brave,
Yes.
and his whole family. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we've been watching President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump introducing and talking about the Take It Down Act, which has now been signed into law. It's interesting. I thought the First Lady, he asked her to sign it as well, which doesn't have a significance when it. Oh, let's listen in. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was going to speak. In terms of, becoming law, but I think just ceremonially speaking, he felt it was necessary because he said that his wife was able to get the bipartisan support through the help of, obviously, lawmakers there on Capitol Hill to make this happen. She said putting people over politics. But the thing that I thought was interesting, Lonnie, is that she said this, this AI and these deep fakes are really the digital candy for the next generation. And when you think about the power behind those words, it's really remarkable. And now, families whose children are targeted, impacted, and affected by these deep fakes or these pictures that are created and posted online, now they can, protect their children.
Yeah, I thought that phrase "digital candy" was really sort of eye-catching, ear-catching, and I think it goes to sort of the next wave of this issue. Revenge porn has been around for a while, right? We've been prosecuting it for a while, and actually, almost every state has a law about revenge porn, where somebody posts pictures or videos on the internet without the consent of the other person involved. But now we have this AI, which is these deep fakes. I used to tell everyone, do not let your partner take a picture or a video of you, no matter how much you love them, how much you trust them, because at some point, if you break up, they could end up using that against you. But with AI now, you don't have to do anything. They can literally take your face and put it on something else, and so it's even more devious. And the other thing is, even though states have had these laws on the books, one, it's different from state to state, so there's not consistency about how they define it or the penalties. And they also have this issue that they struggle to remove it from the websites. The victims would go try and get the things taken down, but the companies weren't really working with them or cooperating to get them down, so they just last forever. So
now
what this
legally,
this federal law goes after the people who post it knowingly. Now we know it's a 3-year maximum in prison, and they're going to go after the companies who keep them up. They have 48 hours to get it down from the time they're notified by the victim. 48 hours to get those things off their websites.
Got it. And when you say that I used to talk to people, you, of course, for our viewers, just for context, you were a prosecutor in L.A. for what, 2 decades, more than 2 decades, and so you had this ability to work with people and talk to people, and you probably saw firsthand how it affected people.
Of course, it's so damaging, so damaging. And back then, because this was years ago, decades ago, it was mostly women, adults. Now it's gone into our children, right? These children who get, sought after on social media, online. They think it's a friend their age, or they think it's somebody who's attracted to them, like a cute boyfriend or girlfriend. They get them to give them a picture of something. Then they find out that it's an adult, and they say, "I'm going to show your parents this picture if you don't give me money, if you don't give me more pictures." So when she talked about the children, it is definitely that's where it's aiming now, is the children, but as adults as well. And it's very traumatic. And a lot of times these children, because they can't handle it, they don't know how to handle it, some of them commit suicide. So this is a very, very important bill.
There's also information that he shared, the president did off the top of the speech, is that he's been speaking for 2.5 hours with Vladimir Putin on ending the war in Ukraine, a war that he says results in 5,000 deaths every week. So we're monitoring that story, of course. We'll have much more on the Take It Down Act tonight on the News on Merit TV. For Lania Coombs, I'm Chris Gutierrez. We're going to turn you now to Dr. Phil True Crime. We'll see you tonight for the News on Merit TV.
the finger at Jennifer for being the abusive one.
When my girls were growing up, I was the disciplinarian. I didn't use excessive force. Since the time that Jennifer turned 13, the relationship became strained and has remained strained to this day. Jennifer despises me. She slugged me in the ear and busted my ear open. The school advisors told me, if you don't get a handle on that child now, she could possibly end up killing you. She threatened to kill me in front of a deputy. They handcuffed her, took her to juvenile hall. It's going on a year since I've last had a civil conversation with Jennifer. And whatever conversation we have had has been mediated with a judge or an attorney. I didn't do anything to Jennifer to warrant the hatred and the venom that she spews towards me. I don't think I deserve that.
So what's the problem here?
I just hate her.
You say you hate her more than you've ever hated anyone in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, what did she do with your son?
I gave my mom guardianship in 2003 of my son for insurance reasons,
Meaning?
so he can be covered under her health insurance.
Okay.
Because I was stupid, got married, lost my health insurance under my mom, and in order for my son to stay on health insurance, she said he needed to be hers, well, guardian.
This was a paper transaction that did not affect the parent-child relationship other than on paper.
Right.
Then you wanted to undo this.
Every time I would ask for my son back, or it was, you live in a 2-bedroom, your car's not big enough.
So what you're saying is
there
once
was
she got him
excuses.
on paper,
She took him. She ran with it.
then she said, okay, now you don't get him back.
No, it was her way to control me.
Okay, is that what happened? Have you denied her right to take back control of her
I
son?
didn't deny her anything. It was part of the guardianship that when Jennifer was ready to take Michael back, that she needed to be able to have a job, be able to insure him, and be able to take full responsibility of him back.
Did you tell her that if she didn't stop these court actions to try to get him back, that you would turn her son against her?
No, I did not tell her that.
So what is going on here? Who has control of the son now?
Me.
She does.
And how do you feel about that?
I'm okay with that. I have issues, or because he hasn't called me since he left.
She says from the time she was 7 or 8 years old, you have made her feel like, quote, the scum of the earth, close quotes.
She would have to give me an example, Dr. Phil. I have 2 daughters, fed, clothed, taken care of, nurtured, loved, disciplined, and they're opposite of each other.
Did you beat these children?
No, I
Did
didn't.
you beat her?
No, I did not.
Did you beat her with a belt or?
I used a belt I can't exactly tell you how many times, but I did use a belt when they were little.
So how did she make you feel like scum of the earth?
My sister always gets everything. Like I understand I'm different from my sister. My sister's more proper, prissy. Like my mom says jump, she says how high. I'm not gonna jump for her. That's why she doesn't like me. I think my sister should be out here. My sister's the one who wrote the show. I didn't want to come on here.
Why are you here?
Because I wait every day for somebody to call and tell me that my mom's gone. And I don't want to feel that way anymore. I don't want to forgive her. I don't want a relationship with her. But if I do get that phone call that my mom has passed away, I don't want to piss on her grave. I don't want to feel like that. I want to be able to say, okay, my mom's gone. I don't want to be jumping for joy, but I feel that way. You make me feel that way.
Luce isn't the only family member that Jennifer has turned her back on. We're going to find out why she's blocked her sister's number from her phone as well. We'll be right back.
You are spiteful, you are hateful, and you are mean.
I am done.
So are you guys having a good time? Huh? Before every taping, our audience gets an experience of a lifetime walking the red carpet, seeing Hollywood memorabilia, and ending with the opportunity to get a touch-up before their close-up. Students from Ogle School, based right here in Texas, make sure our audience is camera ready before every show.
For the past 50 years, Ogle School has prepared students in the beauty industry by offering cosmetology and aesthetics education in a modern salon-type setting. They're doing a great job making our studio audience feel and look their best.
So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or plan to be, we'd love to have you join us in our studio audience. The tickets are free, and it's so easy to get them. Just scan the flow code on the screen or go to my website, drphil.com, and click on Be Part of the Audience for all the details.
Here's an amazing fact. 70 million Americans lie awake every night, their health deteriorating with every sleepless hour. This is a nationwide health crisis. Sleep is the foundation of our lives. Without it, energy, focus, mood plummet. Your quality of life can be stolen. That's why I don't just recommend Relaxium Sleep. I depend on it. Relaxium Sleep is America's #1 doctor-developed sleep solution, changing lives across the nation, including mine.
As a clinical neurologist, I know how essential sleep is for building and nourishing both your mental and physical health. After years of research, I developed Relaxium Sleep to help my patients fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
My good friend Mike Huckabee insisted I try Relaxium Sleep, and now I'm a believer, and you will be too. What makes Relaxium Sleep different? Well, it was created by a leading clinical neurologist, made in the USA. Take it nightly, it works. Since starting Relaxium, I fall asleep faster, sleep longer, wake up refreshed.
I'm so incredibly thankful that for nearly 2 decades, Relaxium Sleep has changed millions of lives. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or tossing and turning, you need to try Relaxium Sleep now and improve the quality of your life.
So why are you still suffering? Pick up the phone. You have nothing to lose except another sleepless night. Folks, it's time to make America sleep again. So please call now. Claim your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep. Your whole new life, just a phone call away.
Bill O'Reilly is so confident that Relaxium Sleep will work for you, he's asked us to give away 1,000 bottles today. Get your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now. Visit TryRelaxium.com or call 800-519-3872. That's TryRelaxium.com or call 800-519-3872.
Kevin paid off over $12,000 in credit card debt with the help of Consolidated Credit. They cut his interest rates and lowered his payments so he could pay off his debt fast. Call 800-786-4595 for a free consultation.
Victims of attacks. They may seem random, are they?
He punched me and it immediately knocked me out.
They have an agenda, and that's to destabilize America.
That's tonight on Dr. Phil Primetime. Jennifer says she's fed up with her sister Ruth taking her mother's side, and so she hasn't spoken to her in 4 months. Take a look.
My family is in pieces. We don't see one another, don't speak to one another.
My sister always takes my mom's side. We went out to dinner. I let her know I called CPS on Mom. My sister was itching to get out of that restaurant so she can get on the phone with my mom. That just goes to show how my sister and my mom, they work together.
Jennifer feels that I betrayed her. She cut off all contact. I love my sister. I miss her a lot.
My sister's a crybaby.
Okay. You guys haven't talked for 4 months?
No, I haven't talked to my sister since we sat and I told her I called CPS on my mom. I invite you to my graduation. I invite her to my graduation. You know what they did? They sent my graduation invitation back. Returned to sender.
Do you know why? That's what you wanted. Your graduation was in June. You're sitting here telling him you want nothing from us. That conversation happened May 9th.
Okay,
I don't want
that.
anything from you. And then you're going to turn around and send a graduation card?
Because my
you don't want us in your
let me tell
life.
you what my thought process is. No matter how much I hate her or hate you or hate anybody, every parent deserves to either watch their kid get married, go to their graduations, do whatever. She didn't have to come and give me a hug. She could have sat in the back. I gave her that opportunity, no matter how mad I am at her. That's why that got sent to you guys.
And you
because
know what
you
every
both
parent else
deserved
deserves?
it.
No parent deserves to be disrespected the way that you've
And
constantly
no daughter deserves to be disrespected.
Mom, throughout the years.
Absolutely.
You are spiteful, you are hateful, and you are mean. And this is your last
So is
hurrah
she.
to come on national television, not looking to be repaired. That's what I wrote to you, to help them. I don't care one way or another. I want to help them. I don't want you to pass away and her regret not saying something to you.
But that's
or
okay
for
to
her
me.
to pass away and you go and on her grave. As if I would even let you know where she was at.
I wouldn't
You
want
are
to know.
mean. Mom deserves to know what she did to you when you were 7 or 8.
How do you write a letter to Dr. Phil and still act like an up until Tuesday when Dr. Phil calls and says, can you come to the show? And now all of a sudden you want to fix stuff.
Who is acting like anything? We haven't spoken.
You
I
sat
can't
with her
act like anything
every
if I don't
month
see
that
you.
we went
Okay.
to court.
Okay, everybody stop. One thing that I know is that when somebody is gone, they're gone for a long time. You should never let the sun set another time without saying or doing the things that you need to say and do, whatever they may be. If something did happen to her and you were left with that bitterness and resentment, that you would have to live with it the rest of your life, because you don't get a do-over.
Right.
And you feel like you have been betrayed to the ultimate degree. And it's like, oh my God, how do you ever trust somebody that tried to steal your child?
Dr. Phil, nobody tried to steal Michael.
I understand. If somebody tried to kidnap your child from the yard and you caught him, how would you feel about that person? It's like, let's figure how many different ways we can beat this guy to death. I mean, that's how you would feel, right? And her perception is that there has been a protracted strategy of alienation of your son from you. True? If that's what she believes, would you expect her to feel any other way?
No, she's entitled to her feelings.
Well, and wouldn't you feel that way if you believe that in fact was done to you?
Yes.
And you would too. I mean, anybody would. Do you have your son back?
Yes.
And he is with you, and you love him,
Very much.
and he loves you.
Very much.
And so that is intact, right? And you're just saying, yeah, it's intact in spite of what she did, right? You survived it. You got through it.
It was the fight of my life.
It was the
but I
fight
did
of
it.
your life. You feel like the one you shouldn't have had to fight.
I shouldn't have.
Let me tell you the problem with this, just so you know. And you're not going to like this, and that's okay.
Okay.
And you're going to deny some of it, but you're wrong.
Do you have any Kleenex?
Pardon me?
Kleenex?
I don't have a Kleenex, but
Oh, I'll take that.
you give her that one back.
I asked for one of these.
She's going to dance on your grave. I don't want her sharing your snot. Okay? Here's what I'm saying in all seriousness. When you feel the way you feel towards your mother, it changes who you are in every relationship you have. Your son doesn't get all of who you are. Your sister doesn't get all who you are. Your friends don't get all of who you are. And you don't get all of who you are. It's really contradictory because the person you say you want the least